changing the subject more advanced. So there's a skill involved with this we haven't used yet in this topic. And it is grade 7 plus, I would say. So what happens, look at example 1. We've got kind of x attached to 2 terms. Now, you find a lot of people find themselves in this situation and don't know how to progress from here. So what you need to remember to do is isolate your x's. How do I do that? You have to factorise. So it's remembering that when you change a subject, at some point you might need to factorise. How do we factorise? We're going to put it in single bracket. So we're going to take an x out, which would leave us with a plus b inside our bracket. So what I've done here, taken the x out, what do I times x by to get ax? A. And then what do I times x by to get bx? B. Now we can isolate the x, because that means x times a plus b. So how do I get rid of the a plus b? Well, I need to divide both sides by a plus b. So my final answer is x is equal to c all over a plus b. Let me just move the c so it's more in the middle. Now, the next one, I've not done that very successfully. There we go. No, still not done it. There we go. Okay, so question 2. Right, now, before we even look at factorising, you need to have any term with an x on one side and any term without an x on the other side. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to decide, well, I'm going to gather my x terms on the right-hand side or my other terms on the other side. I'm going to minus b from both sides first, which gives us ax is equal to cx. Take away d, take away b. Now I want the cx over on the other side, so I'm going to subtract it from both sides, which gives us ax minus cx is equal to negative d minus b. Now I'm going to factorise because I need to isolate the x's. So it's x bracket a minus c. And now I'm going to divide both sides by a minus c. Okay, question 3. I'm going to add u to both sides first. Then I'm going to subtract ux from both sides. I'm going to isolate the x by taking it out and factorising. I'm going to bring it all over here now. And then divide both sides by pi minus u. Right, I do have 4 sets of questions now. They do get progressively more difficult as we go along. Oh no, I don't. I have 2 more examples first. Right, 4. Expand your brackets first. Get anything with an x on one side, anything else on the other side. So I'm going to add AV to both sides. I'm going to subtract BX from both sides. I'm going to factorise. I'm going to write it as AB instead of BA. And I'm going to divide both sides by A minus B. Okay, and question 5. So I didn't really like this fraction. So to get rid of the fraction, let's times both sides by x minus b. So if I times both sides by x minus b, x minus v, sorry, looks like this. Then I will expand the brackets. Anything with an x on one side, anything without on the other side. So let's add BV to both sides. Now we need to get rid of this x here, so we're going to add x to both sides. Sometimes people struggle to factorise this, so let's take an x out. What do I times x by to get bx? Just b. And what do I times x by to get x? 1. And then divide both sides by b plus 1. Okay, so now we have 4 different sets of questions. So they get progressively more difficult. Do each section, put me on pause, unpause when you're done. Okay, so for these ones, we're making n of the subject. So all the n's, any term with an n is on the right-hand side, anything without is on the left already. So we can go ahead and factorise. So let's take out an n, 3 plus d on the inside. Then we would divide both sides by 3 plus d. Question B. So again, all our n terms are on the right-hand side. So let's factorise by taking out n. We'd have pi plus k. Now let's divide both sides by pi plus k. C. We don't have everything with an n term on both sides. I'm going to add 6 to both sides first, which gives us Pn is equal to 3n plus s plus 6. And then I'm going to subtract 3n from both sides. And then I'm going to factorise. And lastly, I'm going to divide both sides by p minus 3. Now for C, if you had have taken all your n terms to the right-hand side, you might have a slightly different answer. So I'll put the alternative answer here. You may have had minus s minus 6 all over 3 minus p. Part D, let's expand the bracket first. So Rn equals 3n minus 3e. I'm going to take 3n off both sides. Factorise. And divide both sides by r minus 3. Okay, E. Let's factorise. And then divide both sides by V, take away U. Right, we need to get all our n's on one side. I will take them to the right. So let's take away 2n from both sides. Factorise. So if we took n out of here, what do you multiply n by to get ANP? AP minus 2. Okay, and then divide both sides by AP minus 2. Now, the alternative you might have here is minus A over 2 minus AP is equal to N. You can have either of those answers. G. So let's take an N from both sides. Factorise. We'd have MK. Oh, no, we wouldn't. Yes, we would, but I didn't write it. MK minus, what do you multiply N by to get N? It's 1. And then divide both sides by mk, take away 1. Now for h, I'd actually rewrite it like this first. npk plus ny squared all over 3. It's quite a tricky one, this. Right, I want to get rid of the 3 first. I don't really want any fractions involved. I'm going to times 3. Now, you've got to be careful here, because when I times both sides by 3, you actually still have to times every term by 3. So you'd have 3s equals to 3 npk plus times this by 3 makes it disappear. Let's factorise now by taking out n. And then let's divide both sides by 3pk plus y squared. Okay, question 2. Right, so we're making r the subject here, so let's just get rid of this 7 first by taking it off both sides. Factorise. And divide both sides by 3 plus a. Part B. So we want to get rid of this ax. I'm going to take ax off both sides, which is h, take away ax is equal to r minus kr. Right, now we've got any term with an r on the right hand side, so we can factorise. So r divided by r is 1, kr divided by r is k. Now divide both sides by 1 minus k. And then part C. Let us add y squared to both sides first. Factorise. This time we're going to have to take out r squared. Divide both sides by x plus pi. And now r's not quite the subject yet, because we need to reverse the square by square rooting both sides. So we've got the square root of a plus y squared all over x plus pi is equal to r. Okay, question 3. Again, first step is we multiply out the brackets. Second step, anything with an f on one side, so I'm going to take af off both sides. Factorise. And lastly, divide both sides by 3 minus a. It's unlikely you would have it the other way around here, but if you have, it would be minus 2a over a minus 3 is your alternative answer. B. Expand your brackets. 3f plus 3u is equal to qf minus qu. Making f the subject, so I'm going to minus qf from both sides. Don't forget that minus belongs to that q. Then I'm going to minus 3u from both sides. And then I'm going to factorise. And now, lastly, I'm going to divide both sides by 3 minus q. Now, this time you may have it the other way around. If you took your f terms to the right-hand side, in which case you would have qu plus 3u all over q minus 3. And then part C. Let's multiply by k. So 2fk plus k is equal to 2 minus f. This time I'm going to get my f's on the right hand side. Well, on the left hand side still. Let me add f to both sides. Okay, so we've got 2fk plus f plus k is equal to 2. Now I want to take k from both sides, which gives me 2fk plus f is equal to 2 minus k. Now I want to take out an f, so I'm going to factorise. Gives me f bracket 2k plus 1. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 2k plus 1. Okay, lastly, part D. Expand your brackets. 2f minus 6 is equal to 1g, or just g, plus gf. Oh, on C, if you had done it the other way around, you would have got minus 2 plus k all over minus 2k minus 1. Right, D. Making f the subject, so I'm going to subtract gf from both sides. And I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Factorise by taking out f. And then divide both sides by 2 minus g. Right, question 4. Last set of questions here. Times both sides by k minus 1 gives us 3 bracket k minus 1 is equal to 3k. Now let us expand our brackets. 3k minus 3 is equal to 3k. No, it's not a 3, it's an s.